Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Mohammed Faris, the founder of the Productive Muslim Company and author of the book The Productive Muslim, where faith meets productivity. If you're watching this, then insha'Allah, I hope that you are aspiring to write your own book, and I'm here to help you, insha'Allah. See, years ago, I had a dream. I had a dream to publish a high quality, professional self help book, the type of self help books that we see in bookstores everywhere. And that journey was actually quite painful. There's a lot of things involved when you want to get your book, not just to publish any book, but to publish a high quality self help book in the Muslim space. And that journey taught me a lot. Honestly speaking, when I first published my first book, I said, I'm not writing another book again because the process felt so painful. But after a few years, I started to write another book. And alhamdulillah, my second book, inshallah, is coming out soon. And the second time didn't feel as bad because the second time I developed a roadmap, a process that took what I learned from the first time I wrote a book and actually helped me write my second book, inshallah. I want to teach that roadmap to aspiring self-help authors like you, or to business people or consultants or coaches who want to have a book out there that establishes them as an authority in this Islamic self-help space. And this roadmap takes you from having an intention or an idea of a book all the way to a manuscript. And we're going to do this, we do this in 3 stages. I'm going to be teaching this live masterclass over 6 weeks. And these 3 stages, each stage takes 2 weeks to cover. So stage 1 is about taking your book from having an intention all the way to a book proposal. In stage 1, we'll cover things like why you should have a high himma intention for your book, how to find your unique author voice. What's the difference between writing a book versus writing articles versus writing newsletter? How to decide whether to focus on the Muslim market or the mainstream market? And should you go self-publishing or traditional publishing? We'll cover that in week 1 of this masterclass. In week 2 of the masterclass, still under stage 1, we'll talk about more about the book proposal, because this is probably the most important document you're going to have to write before you write a book. So we'll talk about the book proposal, why it's important, where it fits in this whole process of publishing, and we'll talk about how to outline all your chapters in advance, even though you're not sure what the final chapters would look like, and then how to submit a proposal to publishers, and inshallah, how you can negotiate the contract to get the most favorable deal out of that publishing process, inshallah. So that's stage 1, from intention to book proposal, inshallah. Now, inshallah, you have a book proposal, we go into stage 2. Stage 2 is about basically writing your first embarrassing draft. And here has 2 parts as well. We'll cover this over 2 weeks. The first part, we'll talk about how to build your research and build your research vault so that you have enough material to write your book. You don't want to be looking for material when you write your book. You want to have your material organized, ready to write, inshallah. How to outline your research so it's easy to write as well, inshallah. How to weave in the Islamic teachings, even if you feel that you maybe perhaps you're not qualified enough, but how to bring Islamic teachings that are sound, that are authentic into your writing. And finally, how to become an authority in your book as well, inshallah. We'll also cover the actual writing process, because I'll be honest, that part is probably the hardest part. I'll share with you the tools that I use, the softwares that I use, the habits and routines that I have developed to help me write, especially my second book, which will help you write your book as well, inshallah. Now, stage 2 then is to write your first embarrassing draft. Remember, stage 1 is going from intention to book proposal. Stage 2 is going from book proposal to your first embarrassing draft. Now, stage 3 is about taking your first embarrassing draft and making it into a high quality, publishable manuscript. And here we'll talk about how to recruit the right editors for your book. We'll talk about how to check your Islamic sort of content, make sure that it's sound, authentic. We'll talk about how to get the feedback and not get confused by so many feedback, how to design the book cover, what to look for in a book cover, how to also write the blurb properly, how to get advance endorsements for your book, and basically how to get your book published and distributed in different parts of the world, inshallah. So this is a 6-week practical masterclass that really gives you the entire roadmap for going from intention all the way to your book. And it has step-by-step practical guidance. I'm going to be there to coach the whole process. The good thing about our masterclasses, for those who've been with us before, know that we have lifetime access to all the trainings that you watch. So you can watch it 6 weeks and then use it as you write your book, inshallah. I offer my 100% 30-day money-back guarantee, which means that you can take the course, watch some live sessions. If you don't like it, no problem. You can ask your money back, no questions asked. Now, I really, really hope See, I have a dream that we need to have more Muslim self-help authors out there. It can't be just one or two books out there. We need more people to start to share the Islamic worldview on self-help, and every single one of you can play that role, inshallah. So work with me to write your book. Let's work together, transform your dream into reality. Stop waiting for that perfect moment to write your book. Let us join this masterclass today. Make this the year that your book starts, inshallah. I can't wait. Help you take you from your blank page to a publishable manuscript, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh.